couple of times we have asked him, but he always says, no, that's not what I do now.
Brian May recently addressed a topic that has sparked curiosity among Queen fans for decades: the enigmatic status of bassist John Deacon. As one of rock music's most iconic yet private figures, Deacon's decision to retreat from the public eye after Freddie Mercury's passing has left fans speculating about his relationship with Queen and his role in the band's ongoing legacy. With revelations from Brian May shedding light on Deacon's life post-retirement, the story of the man behind legendary hits like Another One Bites the Dust continues to captivate audiences. John Deacon's legacy in Queen's sound and success.
Because often it is singers and guitarists that are more outspoken, but behind the scenes, I can be as noisy as anybody else.
John Deacon's arrival in Queen in 1971 was a pivotal moment that solidified the band's legendary lineup of Freddie Mercury, Brian May, Roger Taylor, and Deacon. As the youngest member, he brought not only exceptional skill as a bassist, but also a uniquely analytical and inventive mind that shaped the band's signature sound. His background in electronic engineering, underscored by a first-class honors degree, became an indispensable asset. One of Deacon's most notable contributions was the creation of the Deacy Amp, a makeshift amplifier created from discarded electronics. This innovation was used extensively by May to produce the layered guitar orchestrations that became synonymous with Queen's music. It exemplified Deacon's quiet but essential role as both a musician and a technician in the band's creative process. His songwriting proved crucial to Queen's success too. He demonstrated a remarkable ability to blend accessible melodies with heartfelt lyrics, crafting songs that resonated across generations. Tracks like Another One Bites the Dust, I Want to Break Free, and You're My Best Friend showcased his versatility and understanding of different musical genres. Another One Bites the Dust, inspired by Deacon's passion for funk and soul, broke barriers by appealing to both rock and disco audiences, cementing itself as one of Queen's most commercially successful tracks. Deacon's role extended beyond the creative sphere. He was also a pragmatic and meticulous financial manager for the band. His cautious approach to business matters played a key role in stabilizing Queen during challenging periods, particularly during their early struggles with Trident, their first management company. Deacon's insistence on severing ties with Trident allowed the band to regain control over their finances, ultimately paving the way for long-term success. As a musician, his adaptability added depth to Queen's albums and live performances. While his primary role was bassist, he frequently played rhythm guitar, keyboards, and occasionally contributed backing vocals. His ability to step into various musical roles underscored his versatility and highlighted his integral place in the band's artistry. The turning point: Freddie Mercury's death.
Freddie Mercury, the flamboyant frontman of the veteran British band Queen, died Sunday in his West London mansion. He died peacefully at age 45 of bronchopneumonia brought on by AIDS. Mercury had lived as a recluse the last 2 years and made no public appearances earlier this year to promote Queen's last album, Innuendo. His death came just one day after he issued a statement to the press confirming that he had AIDS.
Freddie's death on November 24, 1991, marked not only a devastating loss for Queen, but also an event that profoundly altered the dynamics within the band. Mercury, who succumbed to complications from AIDS, left behind a legacy as one of the most charismatic and talented frontmen in music history. For John Deacon, however, the loss was deeply personal. It signified the end of a bond that had defined much of his career and life, as well as the dismantling of a creative partnership that had been at the heart of Queen's success. Deacon and Mercury shared a unique connection. Though their personalities were markedly different, Deacon reserved and introspective, Mercury flamboyant and extroverted, they complemented each other both musically and personally. Mercury often championed Deacon's songwriting, recognizing his talent for creating tracks with universal appeal. Songs like You're My Best Friend, written by Deacon for his wife, and Another One Bites the Dust, which became a crossover hit, were integral to the band's sound and success. Mercury's encouragement and collaboration helped Deacon flourish within Queen, fostering a partnership that extended beyond the music. After Mercury's death, Deacon participated in several projects that paid tribute to his friend and bandmate. The Made in Heaven album, released in 1995, featured Mercury's final recordings, completed posthumously by the surviving members. The album was both a labor of love and emotional endeavor for Deacon, who worked tirelessly to honor Mercury's legacy. Another significant tribute was No One But You, Only the Good Die Young, a deeply poignant track that addressed the sense of loss felt by the band. These projects also revealed the toll Mercury's absence took on Deacon. According to Brian May, it was during this period that Deacon admitted he could no longer continue without Freddie, citing the irreplaceable role Mercury had played in his life. For Deacon, Mercury's death was not just the loss of a bandmate, but the loss of a friend who had been central to his identity within Queen. Known for his sensitivity and aversion to conflict, Deacon struggled to reconcile his grief with the demands of continuing as part of the band. While May and Taylor found ways to channel their emotions into new collaborations and live performances, Deacon chose to withdraw. His retreat from the public eye was a deeply personal decision that his bandmates respected, understanding it as an act of self-preservation. May has often spoken about the profound impact of Mercury's death on Deacon. Unlike Taylor, who openly expressed his grief through music, or May, who found solace in scientific pursuits, Deacon turned inward. He declined invitations to participate in high-profile projects, citing the stress and emotional weight of performing without Mercury. By 1997, he had formally retired from the music industry, contributing only minimally to Queen's final projects before stepping away entirely. Deacon's decision to retire was not a rejection of Queen or its legacy, but an acknowledgement of his emotional limits. May has described Deacon as particularly sensitive to stress, noting that the pressures of fame were always challenging for him. Mercury's death only amplified these challenges, leaving Deacon unable to reconcile his grief with the demands of life in the spotlight. For him, stepping back was a necessary choice, a way to honor Mercury's memory privately and to preserve his own well-being. A silent partner in Queen's legacy.
Of course we love John, and we always will, but we don't have any significant contact with him now. That's the way he wants it. He wanted to cut that tie and to be a private person, and we have to respect that.
Although John Deacon retired from performing and recording, his connection to Queen did not end entirely. Despite his physical absence, he's continued to play a role in the band's operations, particularly when it comes to major business decisions. Brian May has frequently emphasized that Deacon's approval is sought for significant financial or strategic moves, ensuring that his voice remains a part of Queen's ongoing legacy. Deacon's involvement is largely conducted through intermediaries, as he's opted for a life of privacy and limited direct communication. For instance, May revealed Deacon approved of the production of the 2018 biopic Bohemian Rhapsody, a film that celebrated Queen's rise to fame and the complex dynamics within the band. While Deacon did not attend the premiere or participate in the film's development, his endorsement highlighted his continued connection to the band's narrative. Brian May's recent remarks.
I don't think it would be easy for John to step back into the arena that we inhabit.
In recent years, Brian May and Roger Taylor have spoken candidly about John's decision to remain out of the public eye. May has described Deacon's retreat as a personal choice driven by a desire for peace and privacy, rather than any animosity or discord within the band. This perspective is echoed by Taylor, who's characterized Deacon as a deeply private man who consciously avoids social interactions. May has also highlighted the challenges that Deacon would face if he were to return to the music industry. The dynamics of live performance and public scrutiny have evolved significantly since Deacon's retirement, and May believes these changes would be difficult for him to navigate. Now it's time to hear from you. What are your thoughts on John Deacon's decision to step away from the limelight but remain involved in Queen's legacy? Let us know in the comment section below.